Here we go back again with another episode. Well, this is not really an episode, it's more like a post-match review. I've got my man TJ here. First of all, TJ, fantastic win. How do you feel, my man?
I am over the moon. I'm still shaking. I was sweating a bit. I was literally on my knees for half of this game, but it's done. It's done, and we've won. I don't care about Liverpool winning the league. That's not what I care about. Chelsea won this game. Amazing.
Who gives a damn about what Liverpool has done? I could care less. I know, look, yes, kudos to them for winning the league so quickly, but I don't care. I think this is a massive statement win for us in the race for top four. With Man United really chasing us, and I feel like they've got the team now to really push us with Bruno Fernandes and whatnot, and Pogba back as well. They look really good. So this is a big win, don't you think?
Oh, absolutely. Lampard had to he had to really study how Man City play to even get close to coming to this result. And I really think his tactics were spot on. But yeah, it was a big win. Man United are hot on our heels, but we are better than them. I know that, and we got to keep pushing till the end of the season.
Brilliant, man. Let's talk about this match in details a little bit. First, let's talk about the starting lineup before we get into the whole tactic side of things, and then we'll break down each of the players' performance as well, and we'll wrap it up with like a final statement. So first of all, starting lineup, man. When you got the chance, obviously, as we know, we all get ready just before the lineup is announced. Everyone's keen on the Chelsea admin page or the fifth stand page. Everyone's just waiting for the lineup to come in. And then finally it does come. What was your first reaction, man, when you saw that lineup?
First reaction, I was kind of shitting myself, I'm not going to lie. The back line was iffy, for sure, as we saw in the game as well. The midfield was where I was worried. I saw Barkley and Mount, who have obviously played amazing games together this season. But against City, I did not expect them to have what it took. I was expecting a more experienced midfield, and Conte obviously at DM. Yeah. Obviously up front, Pulisic, Willian, and Giroud. That I was totally okay with that, in my opinion.
Look, I think when I first looked at the starting lineup, I was probably same as you, just a bit shocked in the sense of the back line, where I was just worried that if Aston Villa had opened us up a couple of times with that back line, what's Man City going to do? Especially with Rudy and AC, I wasn't really comfortable with them against Aston Villa, and them again up against Kevin De Bruyne and the likes that they have, and then Alonso against Mahrez. Like that was probably the one that was scaring me so much. But
100%.
I mean, kudos to Alonso. He ended up not doing too badly in this game against Mahrez. I think probably just got done once, but Azpilicueta for me, fantastic in the back line. And then looking at our midfield, I was sort of thinking, Kante is the lone DM. That means this is probably how we're going to play from here on in. Now, 2 matches in a row, we've played with the lone DM. Attacking eights come in. And Kovacic dropped. I just want to ask you, how do you feel about Kovacic? I know you're a keen person about Kovacic. You like Kovacic a lot, but it's starting to seem like he may not get that many chances in the team with Frank now playing with 2 attacking eights, and I personally don't see Kovacic as being a attacking 8 player. What's your thoughts on that?
Yeah, no, as you know, I'm a huge Kovacic fan. I do think he is our player of the season this year. But the thing is, especially after seeing this game, I'm a big Frank Lampard supporter. More than just the team. I'm a Frank Lampard supporter. I understand what his vision is, and he tends to mix things up based on our opponent. And yeah, it seems like he's starting to focus more on 2 attacking eights, and that looks like the direction for next season, as we have Ziyech coming in, possibly even Kai Havertz, for example. But no, I am actually very keen on the attacking eights. As you saw today, against a team like City, we're not going to have the ball much, so it's important when we are counterattacking to have more than just 3 players up top. We had Barkley supporting, we had Mount supporting, we've had Conte supporting at times, as well as our fullbacks pushing up. So we had options going forward, and that's how we actually ended up having 10 shots on target against Man City, and compared to their 2. Who would have thought?
So you know what, it's spot on what you've just said, that with the attacking eights giving us players like Kovacic and all, they're great when they drive from the deep, but as you said, the shots on goals, that's what we need. And someone like Kovacic doesn't really shoot towards, not that often.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
So,
100%.
yeah. And what was your thoughts in regards to Giroud starting as opposed to Tammy?
I was honestly fine with it. He played a pretty good game against Villa, and he was obviously in form before the lockdown. And he put in another great shift today, in my opinion. I felt he again, the way we played against City, we launched quite a few balls to him, and he won more often than not. And on the ground, he linked up very well, and that's how we got around into counterattacking City so well. So huge credit to Giroud as well.
Brilliant, man. And lastly, just before we wrap up the whole lineup situation, I think we can all agree one player that we were so excited to see start. The whole fan base was just in elation and euphoria. Was Pulisic, deservedly so. He's the one who got the equalizer against Villa and started to change the game as well. And it was great to see him start, don't you think?
Oh my goodness, this
almost orgasmic.
That I just need to talk about the goal quickly. I don't know if I'm jumping the gun here.
No, that's
we
fine,
may as well jump into analyzing his goal right here.
Yeah.
The way he pressed, first of all, he got the ball. That was amazing. But he still had quite a bit of work to do. He had a lot of ground to cover and two defenders on him.
Yeah.
And he slowed down, waited for Mendy to come onto him, make the tackle, and then the burst of speed. Man, this guy is quick. And that finish was so precise, I actually thought I missed. But my goodness, what a goal and what a player. He should have had 2 goals today as well. Like, absolutely starboy performance right there.
Man, that's a great segue. Let's talk about the match now. Let's talk about, some tactics before we get into the whole, each players. I personally, when I looked at that lineup, I was like, "Ooh, man," that straight away told me that we are not going to be too much reliant on possession, because you can see Kante playing as a deep sort of, deepest midfielder. I thought, well, okay, there's no Jorginho and Kovacic, so we're not going to hold the ball.
Yeah.
So straight I had a feeling, okay, we're going to defend. But then at the same time, I was like, well, are we going to be able to manage to defend against City for 90 minutes and they're going to be so relentless? But it turned out to be a masterclass. The players seemed so disciplined. Andres Christensen, Rudiger was so disciplined as well. Like, I can't recall them making a mistake this game. Both of them, I don't recall them making any mistake. Alonso probably just got done once against. Let's be honest, Mahrez is fantastic, and he's going to do some of the top left backs out there. And overall, the midfield stayed strong. We had a low block most of the times, but when we countered with pace, and we got them really, really bad. How did you feel, man? Like, overall of the strategy of the game that Frank took on?
Yeah, absolutely. I was really happy with especially as the game grew on in the first half. I was really, really seeing what Lampard. You saw what Lampard wanted to do with that. So we set up low block, but I wasn't seeing us defend so much, knowing how we had at least 5 attacking players on the counter. Yeah. I wasn't afraid that we were just going to sit and hope for the best. As you saw, we were actually attacking City almost more and more efficiently than them. But defensively, our backline was very solid. Again, Alonso was pretty iffy today, a couple mistakes, but overall it was all right, I guess. Rudiger, he was all right today. I don't think he made too many mistakes, except one little iffy incident with De Bruyne in the second half. Christensen was magnificent today, I have to say. He won everything and almost scored. And I was worried when he got his head injured, but he seemed fine. And Azpilicueta was probably the best of the bunch. So disciplined. I loved him today. But so the team as a whole sat back really well. We had a great shape, and De Bruyne couldn't even put in that many crosses, which is probably the most dangerous thing. So that was a big thing that I saw from Frank Lampard.
Yeah, no, that's a very good point you bring in. Let's talk about this whole Kevin De Bruyne. He was nullified a lot. I don't think I saw him dictate play too much. And I feel like that's where Kante did a really good job playing, just in front of the defense, where he was running sideways, tracking, some of the attacking players down. Yes, with the ball, sometimes Kante just couldn't find the passes, his passing range. But if he improves that over the next few matches and into the next season, I could honestly start seeing Kante playing this lone DM role and giving that extra protection. What's your thoughts around the Kante lone DM?
Yeah, no, obviously, over the past season or two, that's always been a debate, and people kind of misunderstanding his position. But now he's officially playing in that deeper 6 position as a DM. I'm personally okay with it. Like, personally today, I didn't feel it was the most solid game. Like we said, he had some stray passes, gave away the ball a few times, but that's something he'll learn. And I feel that, yeah, maybe I think Lampard is gearing towards converting him into that position. He's getting a little bit older. As we've seen this season, he's become more fragile, getting more injured. So I feel this position, like he's going to start getting molded into a more of like a sitting position. It'll be better for him over the years. And I think, yeah, it'll make him last more than if he's walks away.
Do you reckon that's like the one thing I thought about straight away when I was seeing him now play back to back as a lone DM? Straight away in my mind, I was like, I think it's done for Jorginho now. Like, I honestly can't see how he fits in anymore because Jorginho, let's face it, he can't play as a lone DM. He's just defensively sometimes just gets caught out. Yes, a much technical passer. Yes, a much better visionary, but it seems like it's all about attacking eights and it's all about lone DM now with a defensive-minded lone DM. Do you think it's probably and we didn't even see Jorginho play today? So do you reckon it's probably the end of Jorginho coming soon?
I do believe so. Honestly, like I'm a Jorginho fan. I like him a lot. If he stays, great. But honestly, like the way Lampard is transforming us, like we've seen before lockdown against Liverpool, against Everton, we played with attacking eights. Villa, we played with Mount and Kovacic, I believe.
Kovacic, yeah, and it didn't work out with Kovacic.
Yeah, I feel the thing is, I feel that Kovacic still has a place in the team because obviously, like we're gonna have 5 subs, we're gonna be playing every three days, for example. He's gonna be in and out, but Jorginho, I don't really see him getting back in. And today, I was thinking to myself, we have 5 subs. Who are we gonna bring on? I was like thinking Tammy, Pedro, those kind of things. But I didn't see Jorginho coming on. That like he's not meant to come on in this kind of game when we were already so defensively disciplined. So unless it's against a super low block team that's not going to threaten us, and we need somebody to kind of tempo going, don't really see him going in too much.
Yeah, no, good point, man. Let's move towards the midfielders now. Mason Mount with Ross Barkley. Let's talk about these attacking eights. For me, Mason, the way I know this is another one of your favorite players. Mason Mount with his pressing, and there was that one massive intercept that he made in the second half where he had the chance. I honestly wish he hit the target, but look, I love how he puts himself in those areas and just gives himself the chance. How do you feel his performance was today?
Yeah, again, like I'm saying, like I really like this player, and Lampard is molding him into a very disciplined midfielder. Like he's not just a center attacking midfielder; he is a box to box, in my opinion.
Yeah.
He's a strong player. He's very technical. He's got stamina. And his pressing was really, really important for us today, as well as the other players. But that opportunity. It's a shame he didn't hit the target, but that was one of our many opportunities to score today. When I saw the lineup today, again, it took me a second to realize, oh, wait, no, Mount is trusted. He's played the most out of any Chelsea this season. He's trusted here by Lampard, and he is very disciplined enough to play as an 8. So I was really happy with that. And Ross Barkley as well, he played pretty well. Maybe not as much involved as Mason, but he was solid and he was contributing to defense and attack. Can't complain there.
Yeah, no, spot on, man. There's one particular account out there. I'm going to name this Sana out there, constantly goes after Mason, man. And I saw that at halftime. Mason seems to be in front of X, Y, and Z players all the time. But there's a reason why he's in front of them all the time because, as you said, Frank trusts him and he's turning out to be such a workhorse. Like after Willian, I think Mason Mount is one of the workhorses in the team. The way he goes up and down, there's several key intercepts he's made today in defensive area. Moving forward as well, he was part of some key plays. As you said, Ross Barkley probably wasn't as energetic as Mason Mount, but he still did a good job. I think down the track, I think we're going to see Ross Barkley probably shift it away from there, and it'll probably be Ruben Loftus-Cheek that's going to take over that particular spot, and that makes sense to me. Ruben Loftus-Cheek, Kante sitting deep, and Mason Mount. That just seems so juicy to me, man. That I can't wait for that once Ruben Loftus-Cheek is fully match, ready to go. Now let's talk about our forwards, man. Christian Pulisic, man. As you said, that first goal, he had so much to do. But how good is his awareness, man, to just pick out that ball in between, creating confusion between the defenders. And I think people really, really underrate him as a winger in terms of his pace. And when he's running with that pace, he's quite strong. He just shrugs people off. Um, talk me through about that whole situation. How did you feel, and what was going through your mind that, you know what, I knew he had it in him? Is that how you felt?
Sort of. It was like kind of like mixed feelings about as in the build up to that goal. But when he won that ball, I knew he was gonna win. He won the ball at first. He still had space to run, but I knew he was gonna get there. But with the two defenders there, I was like, knowing that you and we have watched Hazard, for example, play for the last 7 years. I'm just gonna be honest right now. This might be a controversial take. Hazard would not have done what he had done, what Pulisic did today. He would have slowed down. He would have stopped, waited for support, I feel. But Pulisic sprinted. He kept sprinting with Mendy coming on him. And that's when he slowed down. That was a perfect time to slow down. Once again, like I mentioned earlier in this video, waited for the tackle, and then he glided past him like he was not there. And then he was on a breakaway. And the thing is, he did that twice today. Like, this man can really, really go far and in his Chelsea career. I'm really proud of him. And not just for the goal, but like you said, his awareness, like his football brain is really big. Yeah. You see 2-3 players getting on him, and he can turn out of these tight spaces really easily, looking for the pass. His awareness is great.
Man, you're going to get a lot of hate for what you just said about Eden Hazard, and I'm going to make sure that I tweet that out in our Twitter page, and I'm going to make sure you get a lot of hate. But now,
okay. Man, look, now listen, sorry, it's not, no misconceptions here. I love Eden. He's my favorite Chelsea player. I was just saying simply, if in that situation, I don't think he would have done what Pulisic did. That's all I'm saying.
I'm going to crop this out. This is going to get cropped out. But look, man, I completely understand. I think, look, he does have some sort of hazardous sort of traits in him when he dribbles. And as you said, the second one as well, man, I so thought that was in. I can't believe that wasn't in at the end. Massive, massive play from Kyle Walker to stop that. Yeah. That was inches away from being, 2 goals for Pulisic. And for me, I would still put him down as probably our man of the match, close to probably Azpilicueta. Mm-hmm. Who would you have as your man of the match, just quickly as we are talking about this?
It has to be Pulisic, I'm sorry. But Azpilicueta is a massive, massive shout as well. Mason Mount's in there as well. For me, it was Pulisic, especially if he scored that second goal. Like, my word, he was an inch away, and that would have been a perfect performance. But it was near perfect.
Let's talk quickly about the VAR situation. Were you a bit sort of worried that why are they looking at this so many times? I mean, it's clear, it's a handball, it's a red card, let's get it on, let's just move on. Were you at a point thinking, what the hell is going on here?
Kind of. Well, like, here's the thing. I didn't, in the regular play, obviously, I don't think any of us saw the hand there. So we were just, at that point, all Chelsea fans were just frustrated how the ball not go in after 3 attempts right there. But once they went to VAR, I was watching, were they just checking to see if the ball crossed the line? And then I saw the hand, and I was like, there it is. And then I was like, no, it's so clear. I just knew they were going to call it at some point. With VAR, they take forever usually, and I don't care at this point. Just they got to call it at least.
And red card obviously was the right call as well, that he needed to go. Just quickly, Kevin De Bruyne as well. That free kick, man. Were you honestly? I don't know about you. As soon as he placed the ball, I was like, "Holy crap! This is so in. It's not funny. You can picture it going in. Surely we can't blame Kepa for that. There's no way Kepa could save that.
It's a tough one. I just sat there in complete silence. I was like, there's nothing you can do about a shot like that. I felt looking at the replay, Kepa was a little quite far on his left hand side. He was a little more.
Was a bit slow as well.
I feel it was a little bit slow to react to that, but overall the thing is, you can't take away anything from the free kick. It was just so perfectly placed, so much power and precision. No.
Yeah.
Anybody would struggle with that.
Well said, but look out for those Kepa. People are going to be slamming Kepa for that. I'm so sure of it. But I personally don't think it was massive fault. Let's wrap things up. Overall, man, what would you rate this particular performance out of 10?
9.5 out of 10 for me. This was one of our best games of the season. This is one of our last massive, big 6 games in our run-in. Mm-hmm. And we need to win this to stay in the top 4 fight. And we did it very convincingly, in my opinion. Apart from some moments in the first half, a couple moments in the second half, I felt we totally deserved this win.
You know what? You're spot on. You've wrapped it up nicely there. I felt the same thing as well. I think even though we did, and I kept on tweeting this, that, winning greater than possession, even though we didn't have too much possession, it felt like we were under control. It's the classic Mourinho. You need to know how to control the game without the ball. And today, I think we did that. We didn't have the ball, but we were in control most parts of the game. As you said, besides a couple of moments in the second half and maybe a couple, moment here and there in the first half. But besides that, I don't think Man City ever had a prolonged period of, pressure after pressure after pressure. So yeah, man, look, massive, massive victory for us. This goes a long way, man. Being 5 points in front of Man United, that's huge, don't you think?
Yeah, and we're also 1 point behind Leicester now. Like, we're at this rate, we're going to overtake them and get place even better.
Yeah, look, that's so well said as well, that it's not about just being fourth anymore. Hopefully we can catch up on the third position and let Leicester fight for the fourth place. Let Leicester get done here by Man United. But hey, TJ, thank you so much, my man, for coming up after the match. Enjoy the rest of the day. What time is it over there now?
Currently it's 2:45 p.m. So I still got a big day. Sunny outside, so I'm probably gonna go enjoy the nice weather.
Brilliant, man. Hey, thank you heaps. I'm going to head back to work soon because it's 7:44 a.m. So I'm going to hit to work soon. And until next time, man.
Thank you so much for having me. See you soon.
See ya, bro.